Kate Dowling here with Your Score Prep. I am a longtime SAT coach. I am a longtime high school teacher. I just completed my 22nd year in the classroom in Rye, New York at Rye High School. And I need to talk to you about the crucial window of opportunity that is happening now at the start of summer. We can get on top of things and we can be ready to go for those late summer, early fall SATs. Now, one of the biggest roadblocks to success that I see with kids, not just on the SAT, definitely on the SAT, but not just on the SAT, with other tests as well, is anxiety, is test anxiety. What kind of SAT coach would I be if I didn't address that and talk to kids about it and have a plan to conquer test anxiety? What is that plan? Well, when you think about it, you kind of already know it. You develop a plan for each and every question on the SAT. Main idea question, I know what to do for that. Precise word question, I know what to do for that. A functions question, I know what to do for that. So you have that walking in with you to the test. And not only do you have it, you have practiced it so much that it's automatic. Oh, I see main idea. I know how to look for that. I know how to read for that because you've done it over and over. Imagine that. Imagine walking into the test with a game plan for each and every question. And it's not just a game plan that you have, it's one that you've practiced over and over so that you just do it right away. That's what this summer can be used for if we play our cards right. So we are going to use this crucial window of opportunity. We're going to develop an automatic game plan for each and every question on the SAT. We're going to walk out with our goal score, which is going to be amazing. So what is this plan that we're going to use on the SAT? Well, two key parts of it are we're going to look for repeated ideas and we're going to look for synonyms. And you can kind of, when you think about this, it's kind of one thing, but we're going to kind of separate it out into two things. So look for repeated ideas on that reading section and look for synonyms. Remember, the SAT can't test knowledge you learned in school. It can't ask you what you know about American history or what you know about symbolism in Catcher in the Rye that you learned in English class, because it doesn't know exactly what history class you took or what books you read in English class. The SAT can only ask about what is on the screen in front of you. And we can use that. And if we play our cards right, we know how to use that perfectly to get the right answer every single time. The writers of the SAT have to provide that answer on the screen. So what do? Well, they disguise the answers by using really confusing synonyms. And they hope to get you lost by doing this. But if we know this and we practice looking for repeated ideas and synonyms, we can beat this. Check out this question. This is a precise word question. We're going to start by reading here. Which choice completes the text with the most logical and precise word or phrase? Well, let's go in and I'm going to read here to fill in the blank. And I'm going to look for repeated ideas and I'm going to look for synonyms. In recommending Bao Phi's collection, Song I Sing, a librarian noted that pieces by the spoken word poet don't lose their blank nature when printed. I'm at a colon, I'm going to stop a second. Well, I have no idea what nature these pieces have, right? I have no way of filling in this blank, but I do have more reading ahead of me, and I'm going to look for repeated ideas and synonyms as I approach the question. The language has the same pleasant musical quality on the page as it does when performed by Phi. Okay. Well, looking for ideas and synonyms on how to fill in the blank. I've repeated ideas. I have pleasant and musical. Those seem kind of the same. They probably are important. And so I'm going to go with that to my answer choices. I have scholarly. Scholarly could be cool, but I don't see that as a repeat or a synonym of anything I've seen in there. I mean, I guess I have librarian and scholar, but that seems like a stretch. I have B, melodic. Melodic I like. I have musical right here. Pleasant, musical, melodic. That seems like a repeat. That seems like a synonym. I really like B. I have jarring as answer choice C. I saw nothing about jarring. Jarring, even if you don't know what that means, you're probably getting a bad vibe from that word. Something that's jarring is not good or pleasant at all or musical. And then I have personal, which seems like a lovely word, but I don't have anything I don't have anything in here signaling that. I don't have a repeat of the word personal. I don't have a synonym for personal. So we're going to pick B as our answer. This is true for precise word questions. Here's our game plan. And imagine practicing this over and over. Precise word, I see that in the question, I'm going to fill in the blank. You say to yourself, I will read to fill in the blank. Then you read, and you remember that only the blank is what matters. You don't have to actually learn about this guy's music. You only have to fill in that blank. So we're going to always hold our reading purpose in mind. Before looking at the answers, we're going to say any word to fill in the blank, and we're going to see if we can borrow a word like a word like pleasant or musical from the passage if possible. And then we're going to take those ideas to the answer choice, and we're going to look at the answer choice that best matches our word. This works for other questions as well. This is one that really makes people nervous. This is a question that comes up a lot on the SAT. It says, which choice best states the main idea of the text? People do not like these questions. They say, Kate, how do I know what the College Board thinks is the main idea? What if I think some idea in there is the main idea, but the writers of the text thought that a different idea is the main idea? It seems like an opinion thing or a mind reading thing. That is never the case on the SAT. Here's our plan for main idea questions. We're going to speak this language, this College Board language. And when we see main idea, we're just going to say repeated idea. And you're going to say to yourself, as I read, I will look for repeated ideas. And when you're reading, remember, you're not reading to learn about what the passage is saying like you are in a class. You're only paying attention to repeated words, ideas, and you're looking for synonyms. Before looking at the answers, you say any repeated ideas in your mind to yourself, and then you take those to the answers. Let's try one together. Here we have which choice best states the main idea of the text. And now let's read. Looking for repeated ideas, looking for synonyms. Bicycles were first mass-produced in the late 19th century throughout Europe and North America, allowing individuals remarkable freedom to travel longer distances quickly and comfortably. Okay, so I have a sentence about bicycles. I see mass-produced, freedom. Nothing really repeated yet, but let's keep going. This freedom, there's a repeated idea. I have freedom and freedom, definitely. Coupled with the affordability of the vehicle, made the bicycle immensely popular. So just pausing, looking for repeated ideas. I don't even need synonyms. I have the word freedom twice. I do have kind of like immensely popular and mass produced. So there might be synonyms here, maybe like these things are popular. A lot of people have them. Let's keep going. Individuals were able to live farther from their workplaces, easily visit neighboring towns, and participate in new leisure and sport activities. Okay, I have new activities. I don't know if we've seen that before. Let's keep going. Bicycling quickly became a popular, there's that word popular again, so I have popular, mass-produced. Bicycling quickly became a popular social endeavor where enthusiasts forming local cycling clubs to enjoy, these newfound activities with others. I have newfound, and over here I had new. So I have a couple of ideas in my head here. I have new, I have freedom, I have popular, a lot of people using bicycles. These are the ideas that are repeating. These are the ideas I'm going to take with me to the answer choices. Let's look at A. The widespread adoption of the bicycle in the late 19th century provided new opportunities for people. I have a lot I like here. I like the word new. I like new because I saw the word new twice. I had newfound activities. I had new leisure activities. Now I have new opportunities. So I really like that part of the question. I also like widespread adoption. Here is the SAT being the SAT with their synonyms. We had immensely popular. We had mass produced. We had popular social endeavor. I think widespread adoption is the SAT using kind of strange synonyms to say the same idea over and over. So I really like answer choice A here. Let's look at B. The affordability of the bicycle in the late 19th century made it the preferred way to travel. This is a trap, you guys. Yes, the passage talked about affordability. And this is an appealing answer choice. but it only talked about affordability once. And if we know how this test works, we know that when we're reading for the main idea, we're really reading for repeated ideas. And affordability was there, but it was only there once, so it's not repeated. Let's look at C. The popularity of the bicycle in the late 19th century gave rise to the first cycling clubs. C is tricky as well. I like that part about popularity. As we talked about, we had mass produced, we had immensely popular, we had popular social endeavor, now we have popularity. So I like that. But what I don't like about this answer is that it talks about the popularity gave rise to cycling clubs. I did read about cycling clubs, but only once. And so I don't want to pick that as a main idea because I know that the SAT, when they say main ideas, they mean repeated ideas. Let's look at D. The mass production of the bicycle in the late 19th century made it safer for people to use. Well, again, we have that mass production thing, but again, we didn't hear repeating ideas about safety, did we? And so we're going to answer A. A is our answer because we speak this language and we have a plan. Imagine having this plan for each question. Look, when you see something like function of the underlined sentence, you have the plan that says, I will say what each sentence is doing. When you look for main ideas, we talked about, you will look for repeated ideas in the text. This could be your plan, and you can have practice this over and over so many times that this plan is automatic. I hope you find this helpful. If you have questions, if you have ideas about this, please leave a comment, email me, let me know how you're thinking about this. We are at summer and we have time to just become a machine. This stuff is not hard. It just takes knowledge and practice. And if you gain that knowledge and then practice it over and over, you can walk into that test, an SAT machine, you can crush it, and you can knock something off your to-do list moving into your junior or your senior year of high school.